Good evening, dear educators, teachers. We created a flip lesson for the seventh grade of pupils of secondary schools together with my colleague Olha Tarashenko. And I'm going to present self-analysis for you of this lesson with advantages and disadvantages. So first of all, it is necessary to mention that the topic is very relevant, and as we travel much nowadays, and the flip lesson could help our pupils to understand various different models of transportation, advantages and disadvantages of using some kinds of transport, impact on society and environment. The aim of the lesson was to develop students' understanding of different forms of transportation and their roles in society, and develop speaking and listening skills. As for outcomes, it is necessary to mention that we try to identify and describe various models of transportation, analyze the advantages and disadvantages of different transportation methods, and reflect on environment and social impact of transportation services. Yeah. Also, we can, with the help of this lesson, we try to develop digital literacy, also media literacy and critical thinking. So students could use these online resources, videos, and interactive platforms to and explore exploration topics, and also use these digital tools preparing for other lessons and doing their homework. Students independently engage themselves in getting pre-lesson materials and work with them at home. And after the materials that they have learned, it was possible to do some online exercises on models of transportation, quizzes and games related to transportation, and present their own taboo cards and increase their level of speaking activities, playing some speaking games. As for the presentation, we provide our students with the videos they watched at the beginning of or before the beginning of the class. They got also template on vocabulary. They meet, they can hear in the video, and some translation into the native language with explanation in English. For those who are fluent in English, they can only read in the English language, and for those students who are not so fluent, they can check their understanding of the word with the help of translation into the native language. Let's come to the presentation and see if we reach our goal with my colleague Olga. So you already saw probably our presentation, on transport. So this is the videos I watched before. And the first activity was to create a book card and share it in Viber group. It was very successful activity, I would say so, because I could check in Viber group if my students use taboo words given below on the card, and they were quite good, and they developed their speaking activity and work with synonyms, antonyms. So in our video, we shared with you 4 taboo cards, and then we continue a discussion that was pretty nice. As for speaking activity, we match the word that we hear with a picture. So we develop a listening skill while listening to the types of transportation in the left column and match them with the picture in the right column. And then afterwards, we try to name the transportation we see only on the right without hearing. So it was pretty cool. Guess the sound game was not so successful as I had a technical problem, as the video didn't give us appropriate sound. So I shared the link afterwards on the video, and my students were able to hear the sense of transport, write the name of transporter, share with a partner in our chat. The audio quiz was good for my students to revise phrasal verbs and idioms in the English language. We hear the phrasal verb and match with and try to find the picture, to the audio we hear, As for speaking activity, we played Jeopardy. That was nice activity for my students, but I've also faced difficulties answering some questions. So I would say it was a little bit difficult for my students to ask some cultural question related to the United States of America, and they didn't answer properly, and as they didn't know the answer to the question. But I was very happy that they can tell the response that we don't know the answer, or tell their comment in English. So it was pretty good. We talked about advantages and disadvantages of different transportation with the help of keywords. Here we analyze advantages of using cars, plane, train, also underground, and also we talk about some environmental problems that could happen when we use too much public transport. So it can provoke noise pollution, and it can provoke light pollution in big cities, and make air pollution as well. And dialogue activities, at the beginning of the lesson, they were ready to read the dialogue given to them in the folder, arrival time, and they created own dialogues on the topic using the words from the video they saw at the beginning. So it was pretty successful. And as for homework, they made individual project transportation of the 22nd century, and I introduced them also Flipcam. It's an instrument they can use for making their own presentation and make videos with the help of this website. So I am going to check it next week and maybe share with you the results. Analyzing the lesson, I would say that we achieved the goal as they developed, my students developed speaking skills and listening skills. We have some technical problems that we can say as was disadvantage, and I was not so detailized, informed before the speaking activity, as the Jeopardy I already mentioned was pretty difficult for the students of intermediate level. Some of the students were very active and some of the students were silent. I was giving them a time to adapt to the lesson that was recorded. For them it could be stressful sometimes, but some of the students were silent till the end of the lesson. So this is also my drawback, that I could a little bit engage them in writing activity. Sometimes when they have technical problems or their internet connection is not stable, I always try them to provide with activities that they can share in Viber group, and some students who participate in discussion afterward could check their work, so it could provoke some peer work. I am quite satisfied with the lesson and with the activity of my students. The reading activity was missing, but it was not mentioned to be the aim of the lesson. And I hope you enjoyed it with us, and thank you for attention.